Hi, hey guys, it's Danielle here, back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about some things, but first of all, I'm so sorry if I look busted and if this video is like kind of bad quality, because I'm literally doing this like, there's my dog. I'm literally doing this like, we're gonna wait a second until he stops barking. My septum is messed up. I think someone's bringing him upstairs. Okay, so anyways, like I said, this video is literally not going to be edited. Like, I'm just filming it and posting it. So this is literally like live, and I want this to be live because this video does not need to be edited. Like, I'm just speaking the truth. That's all I'm going to do. Also, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm going to be telling you guys the actual truth because someone posted this truth about my client. Well, for one, I'm not your client. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about Michael Weeks because he posted videos talking about the truth about his client. Anyways, for one of my clients. So that's one thing. He was never my manager and will never be my manager. So that's, like I said, that's one thing. But anyway, I'm going to start it off from the tippy top, how I started hanging out with him, literally just like the truth about everything. So we're going to get into it. He's spreading a lot of lies about me, and he's also spreading a lot of lies about Mason, which is someone I care about, which I don't like, because that's just really fucked up. So we're going to talk about it all. First things first, I'm going to start off with how I knew him. So I met him a long time ago, like before tanacon and everything. This guy has a really, really bad name already because of all the things that he's done. Like, he just has a really bad name. I didn't really trust him. I was always kind of sus about him. And then we were in Florida, because you guys know I had a house in Florida. I don't have it anymore, but at the time I did have a house in Florida with my ex-boyfriend. And me and my ex were in Florida together. And we got an email from Juice Crate. And it said, hey, we are having this $1 million yacht weekend. You come, you stay on a yacht, you get free helicopter tours. Like, all of this stuff basically to come talk to investors about brands you want to make, and the investors see if they want to do it, and it's going to be kind of like Shark Tank type of vibes. And I was like, you know what, that sounds actually pretty cool. So me and my ex went because we're already in Florida, and it was in Florida anyways on a yacht, and we're like, you know what, like, fuck it, like, who cares, let's just go. When I got there, it was a little sus because I was aware of all the things that Michael had done, and me, the type of person that I am, I kind of like to give people chances before I just choose and pick who I want to surround myself with. Not the best. I probably should just, if I hear bad things, I'm just not going to go near them anymore. But besides the point, I wanted to, I was like, you know what, maybe he's not that bad. Let's see. Even though I kind of knew he was bad. But I was like, yeah, like, whatever. When I was there, I was a little sus. I didn't really talk to Michael a lot. And then, I started kind of talking to him, and he seemed really cool. And I remember talking to the other influencers about it. And I was like, Michael seems like he's matured a lot, and that he's became a real better person. He's learned from his mistakes, and he's not like he was before. I kind of thought that he changed. He was giving like this look that he was different now, and that was really good because I am personally the type of person that is all for change. I love when people can, change and become better people because, even me, like, I've done some fucked up shit and I became a better person. And I would never want someone to judge me for things that I've done in the past. But him, he's literally not changed at all. And that's like kind of the whole point of this video. So I'm going to be telling guys about it. But anyways, I went to the yacht. We started talking or whatever. And then after that, we were going back to LA because me and my ex had something to do in LA. So we had to leave our Florida house to go back to LA. Also, Keegan, who's like my brother, is getting food out of the fridge right now. If you guys are, that's what's going on. Like I said, I'm not editing this video, so that's why I'm like telling you guys what's going on. But anyways, we had went back to LA. Mikey, my ex, we all know who he is. He had something to do in LA, so we had to go back to LA. During that road trip, me and him completely ended things. And when I got back to LA, Michael kind of started reaching out about music because on the yacht we had talked a lot about music, and he was telling me, I have a lot of connections. Like, I could really work with you. I have a manager. He knows this. I've been signed to the same management for a while now. They handle kind of everything for me, but they are very big on letting me do what I want. I'm allowed to work with any other manager I want, as long as it's not a contract or like agreement, you know, like it's kind of like an open contract where I can work with other people. They just like, at the end of the day, everything does go through by them. Michael knew that, but he like kind of acted like he didn't towards the end, which was really weird to me, but he knew it. And so anyways, he kind of was telling me that he had all these connections. So I was like, you know what, like, I really want to get into music. Let's do it. Like, let's do it. And he was like, well, you just want to, you know, I just gone through a breakup. He was like, let's just redo your breakup song and make it better. And I'm not going to lie, he did make it better. Like, he did a really good job, you know, like, with the music video, he helped out a lot with it. Very thankful for that. And we just started working together. And I ended up meeting a boy named Mason, as we all know. And Mason kind of became close with Michael too, because Michael wanted to meet Mason. He was like, you know, like, who's this boy you're always talking to, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, like, whatever, like, I'll invite him to dinner with us or something. So that's how him and Mason met. Then Michael was always with us. He became more like a family friend. While we were in Florida, he wanted to film a documentary, and he was like, you know, like, I really want to show people the real Danny. I want to put it up on YouTube. I want to do this. I want to show people the real you, because I think people get bad ideas of you. And he was kind of saying it like, you know, people get bad ideas of me, so I want to show them, you know, the real us. And I was like, you know what, like, yeah, like, that's really cool. And like, I said, I try to see the best in people. So I was like, yeah, like, that's actually really cool. Like, I wish people really could see the real me. So in this video that he posted, he claims that my mom was, what did he say, like, sexualizing me or whatever, and he like shows a bunch of my Instagram pictures. I've said this a lot. My mom doesn't sexualize me. My mom does not post things for me. I post everything myself. I would never ever post anything I wasn't comfortable posting. Everything I post is for me, and you were literally hearing that from me. Like, I'm literally alone right now. Like, and if you guys want proof, like, I'm literally alone in my house, except for Keegan, but you know, he's in his room now. But I would never post anything I wasn't comfortable posting. So I'm telling you guys the truth. Like I said, you guys don't have to believe me. I really don't care if you believe me or not. This is the truth. And then he puts in this video clip of us in the car, and it's me, Desiree, and my mom, and we were talking about piercings. And you know, my mom was saying that I would look cute with a nose stud. I don't necessarily know what he was trying to do with that, but okay. My mom really, really loves that I express myself, if I'm gonna be totally honest. You know, at first my mom was kind of not really for all the piercings and tattoos that I have, but at the end of the day, she wants me to be who I am, and I'm so thankful for that, and I think that it makes us have a really good relationship. But yeah, she did tell me that I would look cute with the nose piercing. Is that bad? No. Like, who the fuck cares if I got a nose piercing? What, that makes her sexualizing me? Like, I don't know what that, I don't know what that was. Like, I don't know what he was trying to get out of that. And then he puts a video of my mom screaming about someone who was gonna sue her. Here's what happened. You guys all know my Doberman Ghost. So we actually had gotten him. We moved to California. Obviously, we live in California. And our landlord had told us that we couldn't have him because he was too big, and they just didn't want that big of a dog in the house. And we respected that. We were like, okay, we're going to find someone close to us that can take him and that can watch him, you know, until maybe we find another house that we'll be able to have him in. So we gave him to a family friend that we knew. And a couple months go by, and we get a text from this guy, and he's saying that he's gonna sue us for making him watch our dog or whatever. We were all very frustrated because that was like our dog, you know, we love that dog. We didn't want anything to happen to it. We had this guy texting us that he was gonna sue us, you know, just psycho stuff. I'm gonna pull up the text to you right now. I'm gonna pull up the text for you because I have nothing to hide, and I will show you the proof that this guy was going to sue us. It might take me a little bit to find it, but we're going to find it. Like I said, we were literally just on the phone with this guy about our dog who was saying that he was going to sue us. That had nothing to do with anything with me or social media. This had to do with the dog. After we had all figured it out, we took the cops to our house because it was our dog. We had all the papers proving it was our dog, everything. So we took the cops to the house. We got the dog back. And now he's in a Doberman rescue place, and we send money to him every month. We get to see him whenever we want. It is so, so cool, and I love that because I'm really big on animals, so I get to, like, support the Doberman rescue place. But, you know, whatever. But just saying, that is what happened. I am going to get the text right now. Let me get it. 1 second. I'm so sorry. I know this is probably, like, annoying. Okay. So anyways, here are the text. So okay, so here's the guy. He was texting me, which, you know, we figured this all out. He was kind of texting me. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, I don't want his number to show. But he texted me and he was like, I did some checking. This is the price to board a dog in my town for 200 days, which is what you guys, he was with me, so I want to be paid for it. So he's basically just saying that he wanted to be paid for taking the dog. So we understood, you know, we got it sorted out with him. We were like, yeah, like, of course, like, if you wanted to be paid, you should have told us that from the start. We have no problem. Anyways, that's turned off. But basically, these were all the texts of us talking about the dog. We ended up sorting it out, like I said. It doesn't really matter. That was what that was. So I don't appreciate him taking that and trying to make it look like something else when it was not bad at all. Anyways, like I said, we got back. We started getting really close. You know, we were always doing things together. Whatever. And me and Mason also started getting really close. And I had invited Mason. I said, yeah, I'm going to Florida. You know, the influencer fight is going to happen. And, you know, I'm going to be there. And if you want to come with, you know, we were getting super close. And I was like, you know, if you want to come, like, come. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Like, I'll fly down. So Mason ended up flying down too. During that Florida trip, me and Mason got really close. Michael had an assistant who he had hired. And this assistant was a very good-looking guy. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say anything about him because I don't want to get him involved. But Michael had developed feelings for this guy. And I was very weirded out because I was like, you know, this is supposed to be a work relationship and you're, like, trying to force a relationship with this guy. At this point in time, me and Mason were fine. He didn't have a problem with me and Mason. He thought me and Mason were the cutest couple ever. We weren't even a couple. We're still not a couple. But I started noticing that he was getting mad at this guy when he would talk to a girl. If a girl came up to this guy or if he was on the phone with a girl, Michael would get mad. Michael would literally be like, I'm going to fire you. You didn't do this right, blah, blah. And this guy would be so confused because he was so hurt. Like, he was just trying to do his job and, you know, be Michael's assistant. But Michael was just trying to get with him. And it was so sad to sit there and watch that. And that's when I started noticing. I started seeing it and I was like, something's off about this guy. And I didn't want to say anything. I was like, you know, maybe it's once. You know, maybe it's not a big deal. And the thing is that Michael is obviously, he is gay. He is not into girls, he's into guys, which is totally, completely fine. I am pan myself, and he even talked about my sexuality in there, which I really don't appreciate because that's not something to talk about, especially because I am a young girl who finally came out, and for him to say that lies about that is really, really fucked up. It took me a while to accept the fact that I was pan, and it really hurts me for someone to say that I was lying about that, and he said that, which is really, really fucked up. He said that the words that came, I'm going to talk about this really quick, but I'm going to go back to the story. But he said that I had said that I would never date a girl. No, I would date a girl. Have I ever been with a girl? No, because I have never found a girl that I actually have liked. That doesn't make you not pan. That just makes you have never found a girl that you've been interested in. There's been girls that I've been interested in. I just find things about them and I'm like, no, you know? So whatever. Anyways, I don't really give a fuck what he has to say. That was just fucked up. But anyways, we all know Michael's gay. He posts about it. He posts pride, blah, blah. I think you should love whoever you love. Who the fuck cares if you're gay, bi, straight, pan, whatever you are. And he was into this guy. This guy wasn't into him. And, you know, after Florida, me and Mason got really, really close. And then we ended up going back to LA. They flew and we drove. And then we went into the studio to record a song, and Michael got like this text from the guy that was his assistant, and it was a like, hello?
I was just saying you get your mom. Let me come back here.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
That was Mason. He was just calling to see if I was good. But anyways, Michael had gotten a text from the guy saying that he was like quitting his job or whatever. And Michael was very, very upset because he had developed feelings for this guy. And the night before, we had went to one of our friends' birthday parties. It was his birthday party. And they had gotten in a really big fight that night because Michael had gotten mad because he was like, I have feelings for you, blah, blah. And the guy didn't feel the same way. The guy ends up quitting. And, I had, gotten pretty close to this guy too. Like, he was really nice. And, Michael kind of didn't tell us what he said on the phone, but Dylan... Freak. I said it, whatever. Okay. The guy, I knew him, so he had called me and he was just like, yeah, like I had to quit because I was just uncomfortable. Like, I'm not that sexuality, and it was getting forced upon me and I didn't like that, so I had to quit. After this guy quit, I started noticing things about Mason and him. He started almost being weird about me and Mason. And he was all for me and Mason until this guy he was interested in quit. It's like he has to have a guy he's interested in. And they had went to Tennessee. And this is where it all starts. I had texted Michael and I was like, oh my God, like I'm gonna come out to surprise Mason. He was like, yeah, cute, whatever. I get there and Mason tells me later on that night that Michael told him that I was coming. And I wasn't quite sure why, but now it had all clicked in my head because Michael was just trying to make it look like Mason wasn't excited for me to be there. So he told him so he wasn't like surprised or whatever. But basically, he kind of started like sabotaging me and Mason, and he told me he was like, I don't think you should be with Mason, like he's not good for you, like he's manipulating you, blah blah. And I remember being so confused because I was like, this is weird. Like all of a sudden now he has a problem with me and Mason. And not to mention, when he was in Tennessee, I kept getting calls from Michael, and he'd be like, oh my God, Mason just called another girl and was like flirting with her. And I'd be like, that was me on the phone. Like, I was on the phone with him. So he was just trying to start all these issues between me and Mason. And it was just weird. Like, he was trying to like tell Mason shit about me, and he was telling me shit about Mason, and he was just trying to sabotage it. And then we were going to dinner. And he came in the room and he was like, it's weird that your mom has to come with us, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, my mom came on the trip. Like, why wouldn't she come to dinner with us? Hey, this backs me up a little bit. So anyways, back to story 1, 2. Let me finish this part and then I'll go. So anyways, he was weirded out that my mom's coming. I was like, why wouldn't she come? Like, she's literally in Tennessee with us. Like, she flew here with me. Like, why wouldn't she come? Like, we're not going to leave her out. And the reason why he wanted to leave her out was obviously because he was trying to, because my mom is obviously a mature adult. She sees things a lot more clear than me and Mason because we're still developing, we're still growing up, like we're still maturing. So obviously he knew that she was going to be able to see what he was doing, and I know that he was going to be manipulating us at this dinner, and that's why he didn't want my mom there. So anyways, I kind of got weirded out, and I had to talk with him, and I kind of literally told him, I was like, I'm done. There's too much weird shit going on with you. You're just like a total weirdo. I don't know if you're into Mason or something, but it's just weird, and I don't want to surround myself with it anymore. So I left, and I went to a hotel with my mom, and we stayed in Tennessee. And Mason was supposed to come and see me for all of the days, didn't see me. And so it got me really mad at Mason and like really frustrated with Mason, and made me even want to end things because I had went to go see him and he literally wouldn't answer my calls, like anything, like wouldn't even see me. And I was just confused. And when I got home, I just didn't talk to Mason because I was pissed off about that. And then Michael posted on his story that Mason got him these earrings, which I had already known about. Mason told me he got them for him. And Mason got them, because, he was helping him out with some legal issues that Mason was going through. I'm not going to say it because that's Mason's business. But he was helping him out with them. And, he wanted to, Michael was very, very hesitant on Mason paying for the lawyer bills. He was like, no, I want to pay for them. So Mason was like, oh, let me buy you something, He was like, oh, his favorite thing's Cartier. Let me just buy him these Cartier earrings. It was literally nothing romantic. But Michael took it romantic. And he can say he didn't, but he did. If you know Michael, you know that he has an issue with trying to turn people that are not gay. And it's fine if you are interested in someone that isn't the same sexuality as you, but don't force it upon someone, and that's what he was doing. And I started getting really mad at Mason, and it came to a time where me and Mason literally, we're done. We didn't talk at all, we were just done. And me and Mason kind of sort of started talking again, and he had reached out and he had said that he was, he needed to talk to me about something. And I was like, what? What's wrong? Of course I still wanted to be there with him. I still wanted to be with him. I still had feelings and stuff, but I was just so hurt by what he did. I didn't know the real reason why he did it, but he tells me that he was being blackmailed, and that if he went to go see me, that I'm not going to say the threats that he was getting, but there was threats. And he was just getting all these threats from Michael, and Michael was literally threatening him and blackmailing him that if he was texting me or if he was calling me. So he literally was so scared to talk to me, and that's why he didn't come and see me. And that made me feel really bad because I was mad at him when it wasn't his fault. And it was really messed up because Michael was trying so hard to have Mason to himself that he was literally blackmailing Mason to not be with me. And Michael even started telling Mason he couldn't call or text me because just crazy stuff. And I told Mason, I was like, you can't let him do this to you. You need to do something about it. So then Mason ended up terminating his contract with him because he was in a management agreement with him. I wasn't. And so this is another thing in the video. I know that he talks about that I forced Mason to get out of this contract. Mason is at my house right now. I will bring him down here and let him talk to you guys and tell him your part of the story. But first I'm going to finish telling mine. But anyways, he literally was blackmailing Mason because he didn't want us together, which didn't make sense because he wanted us together until he lost his little assistant that he had a crush on. So now he needed a new boy to have a crush on. What? Besides the point. He also says in the video that Mason's bi. Mason is not bi, actually. And even if he was, there would be nothing wrong with that. I don't know why he tried to say that I have an issue with that. That would be so fucked up for me to say I have an issue with my partner being bi if I'm pan. What? That doesn't even make sense. But anyways, so yeah, I would never have a problem with that. Mason is not, though. He has told me he's not. He has told a lot of people he's not. But he a lot of people do comment on his posts and stuff, and they're like, oh, he looks, and they'll put the emoji and stuff. I don't really care, whatever, who cares, if they think he is or not, it's not that big of a deal. But Michael wants him to be bi or gay because he wanted to get with him. And I don't know if you guys have heard the stories, but there's been a lot of people, including my adopted brother, I'm sure you guys all know him, that have claimed that they have been sexually assaulted by Michael Wiest. And I didn't believe it until I started seeing how he was with Mason and how he was with this assistant guy, because he was literally trying to force them to be gay for him. And it was really fucked up because me and Mason were already a thing, and he was trying to literally sabotage it. And then whatever, he started texting me saying he was gonna sue me, blah blah blah, for defamation of his name. I didn't say shit about his name until he made a video about me. He started claiming all my YouTube videos because he hacked my YouTube while he was in my house. Carlos, his little videographer, had edited some of my videos, so he had access to my YouTube. And they were posting "Fuck You," the song "Fuck You." They were posting it. Michael got access while he was doing that and started claiming all of my music and saying that it was his and saying that he deserves all the money for it and stuff. He didn't even know me when some of those songs were made. He forged my IP address, literally not even the right IP address, and forged signatures on shit to make money off me. Like what? Like, excuse me, what? But anyways, the real reason why I'm doing this is because I have seen this guy do a lot of fucked up shit, and I was dumb, and I give him a second chance because that's just the type of person I am. But how many times is he gonna get away with this? How many times is he gonna literally go online and say that he's exposing people when you're not? You're just lying. Just like the stuff with Bryce and Mikey. There's a reason why they said what they said about you. There's a reason why Tana said what she said about you. There's a reason why you were on Dr. Phil. And I was so blind to see that because I wanted to trust you and look at you as a better person. I was so blind. And I literally let this guy do this to me. And it's so fucked up because I constantly always let people in and let them do really fucked up shit to me. And it's so fucked up. But that's my story of him. And that is the 110% truth. For everything else he says about me, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. That's just my story about him. I don't really give a fuck what he has to say about me. Like I said, whatever he's saying, it's not going to change the fact of what he did and why he's doing this. I know why he's doing it. Because literally, the boy he wants is with me. Like, I don't care. Like, childish shit. But whatever. I'm going to tell Mason to come down here. I'm going to call him. Because I know that he, like, I'm sure he probably wants to tell you guys his part of the story. But yeah, I don't even know. It's so freaking weird. I'm gonna call him. Come here, Mason. Hi, come down.
Okay, coming.
I'll let him tell you the story. But yeah, I look so busted. I'm not editing this. This is why I'm like, oh, come here. Like, there's no cuts because I'm just posting it raw. Hi.
You okay?
Yes?
Are you crying?
No, I was just rubbing my eye.
Oh.
My eye's swollen. I'm gonna let you tell them your story. I told them some of it, but like.
Okay,
like,
what part did you tell them?
I basically told them like about oh fuck, I keep saying his name on accident.
You gotta cut it out, right? You can't say his name? Are you crying?
No. I told him basically about his old assistant, how he kind of caught feelings for him, and then when he didn't have feelings back, he fired him, and then that kind of started happening with you.
Well, he only hired him because he's attractive.
Yeah, he literally told us that too. He was like oh,
word for word.
I only hired him because he was attractive, and we were like,
yeah.
And
Did you explain the video?
Like, huh?
Did you explain the video? Like his YouTube video he just posted?
Oh yeah, I like explained it. You like, why don't you explain it? Because I'm bad at explaining.
So I watched the whole video and basically
I didn't watch it.
This is on my part. You want me to talk on my part or like everyone's?
Yeah.
Okay. So on my part, he claims that I'm bi. He, I guess, said my sexuality because he knows my sexuality. So in the video, he said that Danielle said is pan. He claims that Danny is not pan.
Which is not true. Mason literally knows I'm pan.
Yeah, and it literally has came out to the internet about that. So he claims that Danielle's not pan, and that Danny has said, I will never date someone if they're bi. I will never date Mason. So him saying that, he literally said in the video that I am bi, which I've never said that. I literally know my sexuality. So someone to say that I'm bi is just weird because that's not coming from me. And he's saying all this stuff about how I'm bi, and then he said that basically, can I say am I legally allowed to say the thing his attorney sent me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm getting out of this contract. I signed a 2-year contract with him, and
I told him not to sign it.
Yes.
He didn't listen to me.
Yes, she did. So I signed it, and he's breached the contract. He's promised me a million deals. He's promised me a place to live, an apartment, and it's never happened. Like, never. We were living, actually, at her house. We were living here for 2 weeks.
Oh, and not to mention, like, while he was here, he was literally so disrespectful. Like, he, like, literally would trash my house, and he would, like, my uncle lives with us, and I told him, I was like, you know, like, be quiet. It's, like, 3 a.m. Like, my uncle's trying to sleep. And he was like, no, like, do you know who I am? Like, I'm Michael Wiesbaum. I was like, oh, wow, like, that's so cool. But, oh, my God, wait, I literally, Mason's reminding me of so much. I didn't even tell you guys also, too. I'll tell you guys this really quick. He basically, like, tried to, like, manipulate me and make me, like, turn against my mom. And he, like, basically, like, was like, you know, like, you don't want your mom, like, doing, like, your management stuff and stuff. Because my mom helps me with, like, all my stuff and, like, my brand deals and stuff. And, you know, he was like, you want, like, a better relationship with your mom. Like, I don't think your mom should do it anymore. And I was like, oh, like, yeah, like, maybe we could talk to her, you know? Like, maybe we could, like, get a manager for it or something. But he, like, changed it and, like, told my mom that I didn't want her in my life anymore. And, like, just, like, all this fucked up shit and literally try to, like, ruin me and my family's relationship. Why? So he could, like, manipulate me and, like, have, like, me not have any family. I don't know. He's just a weirdo.
Wait, hold on. I need, like...
This is so bad. We're literally, like, you guys don't understand. We did this so fast, so we're, like, trying to, like, see what, like, what to talk about because we're, like, trying to remember everything. But basically, I told you guys how he was, like, blackmailing Mason and stuff. You can tell.
Okay, so I signed a contract with him, and basically he was saying if I go to, so I was at home, or actually I was in Tennessee when this happened, and I went also home. So I was living with him at his house, and he said if I still stay in contact with Danielle, and still go to her house and still talk to her, I will be getting sued for statutory rape. I will be getting sued for breach of contract, and he said he will turn my misdemeanor to a felony, which is impossible. Like I literally called LAPD.
Like literally just trying to like put all these lies on us.
Literally
like,
saying
things that aren't even true. Well, he was trying to sue us for things that didn't even happen.
Yeah, like I was at his house and he was basically telling me if I go see Danny, if I continue talking to her, and if I leave him, not leave management, if I just leave to go to her, to like see her, hang out with her, I'll be getting sued for statutory rape, for breach of contract, and basically putting me in prison for a felony, which is not true. He also said in the video I talked how he claimed I was bisexual, and that's not true. Then, so when I was with him, he promised me so many deals. This man got me, I think I have proof. It was a deal for $600 something and one deal. He's got me one deal the entire time I've been with him, and it was a sound promo, and I got like $500 for the cut. He got his little 20%. And then he sent me an email, or his attorney did, that said I need to pay $25,000 to be out of his management agreement, which is absolutely absurd because.
And then he said that he paid $50K for me.
Yeah.
The only thing that he worked for me with was my music, and I paid Mason was literally there when I paid for all my music videos, all my studio times. Like I paid for everything.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why he was saying that any of us owe him money.
Yeah. Especially
no one owes you money.
Yeah, especially if he literally have proof of everything. I don't know if I should show you all, but it literally says that. I have to pay him $25,000 to get out of this management agreement when he has got me one deal for $500, and then he claims that he paid for all my attorney fees, which is true. I saw the emails like he paid for my attorney fees, but I only saw one of them, which was for $500, and he paid for the rest of the attorney fees, and now he's claiming that I owe him $25,000 when I bought this dude $4,000 earrings because of it.
Yeah, and he literally bought them. He literally told me, he was like, I just feel bad because he won't let me pay for anything.
He wouldn't.
So I'm just gonna buy him a gift.
Yes.
And then he was like, oh, Michael really likes Cartier. I'll just buy him Cartier earrings. But Michael took it as a romantic gift.
Yeah, and
that's not what it was.
Yeah, he kept on he posted on a story, and I didn't want people knowing at all that I bought him these earrings.
It was something he just bought him to pay him back.
He loves Cartier earrings, and he told me that the attorneys were thousands of dollars. So I was like, what's better to get him a gift that because he would not literally would not let me pay for it.
He wouldn't let you pay because he knew that he was lying about the price.
Yeah, so basically I bought him the earrings, and then that turned into a huge social media deal when I told him I bought these because you paid for my attorney fees. And this just makes absolutely no sense.
He was trying to say that I was pissed about the earrings. Mason literally told me 2 weeks before he got the earrings. So I wasn't pissed about the earrings. it was all of my friends were posting about it because they all knew what was happening. Like, they knew that Michael was trying to get at Mason, and it was fucked up because everyone who knows Mason knows that he's straight, and it was fucked up because they were like, he's literally trying to force a sexuality on Mason when he already has like someone he's with.
That literally also brings the fact that in the video he claims that Danny will not be with anyone that is bi.
Yeah.
And says the words, like, quote me, Danielle will not be with anyone that's bi and will not date Mason because he's bi. So he's saying that I'm bi when I never said that.
Why wouldn't I date someone who's bi if I'm literally pan myself?
Makes absolutely no sense. There's stuff that is said that makes absolutely no sense, and he's literally telling me my own sexuality, let alone telling her her own sexuality.
And like the worst part was like, remember, like the whole reason why I like came out was because he was like telling me, he was like, you should come out, like, you know, like you should like spread awareness for it because you are pan, like come out. So like he was like one of the reasons why I like felt comfortable coming out, and then like for him to do this, it's just like fucked up.
Very. Makes no sense.
Very.
No, seriously, very. After seeing that video and him claiming our sexualities, generally pisses me off because that's not human. Like, you're not supposed to tell someone who's who.
Yeah. I don't even know, like, I don't really give a fuck about what he has to say about me. I just cleared up. I told you guys the real story. I forgot some things, but Mason came in and kind of reminded me. But there's just a lot of shit, and I just think that he needs to stop getting away with all of this because he's really fucked up. And, like, how many more people is he going to do this, like, before he's literally canceled? So, literally cancel him. Like, please. Like, literally. Just, like, get him off the internet because he's literally terrible. And he wants to talk about, like, you know, like supporting sexuality. It's one thing to support it, but it's another to force it upon someone. And that's what he's doing to, like, numerous people. And while I was around him for literally, 2 months, I saw him do it to 2 different people. And it's just really fucked up. And I think that it needs to stop. This video is literally 36 minutes long, so I'm going to get off.
Is this going to be unedited?
Yeah, like, we have to post it right now. But yeah, thanks for watching. That's the truth about Michael from what I know. So yeah, bye.